Hey everyone, welcome to my Top 10 Tuesday, and this week we are doing our top 10 all-time favorites in a genre of our choice. And I chose fantasy because it is one of my favorite genres, and I just love getting lost in the whole world where it's completely different from reality. So I didn't do this by rank. I just grabbed the books that I do have and one series that I don't have because it's being lent out. So I'm going to show you that one first. And like I said, this isn't in any order. It's just all thrown together. So the first series is the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Riordan. Now, this series had a huge redesign, as you can tell. It is all one picture. If they connect, you can see that they all connect into one huge mural. So I thought that was really cute, and I actually love these covers. I really hope they were in hardcover, but I believe they're only in paperback. So this is that series, and the rest of the series I do have. So the next one is His Dark Materials trilogy. Now this consists of the Golden Compass, the Subtle Knife, ow, my hair, sorry, and the Amber Spyglass. So this series was recommended to me by someone from the design community. I asked for some fantasy books and he said this one, so I thought it was a really different read than I've ever read before. There is a main character and her name is Leigh, and she lives in a world where they have, what are they called again? Let me see. A daemon. So her daemon is actually kind of like an animal, and they share souls, and they're their best friend, and they're just, every single human in this world has a daemon. So she goes on this adventure and, you know, tries to save the world, and I don't remember what happens anymore because I read this so long ago. But do not watch the movie, or don't compare it to the books, because the books are always so much better. So yeah, these are the old covers, as you can tell. And the next one is the Grisha trilogy, so Shadow and Bone. This is the first one. And the second one is Siege and Storm. This is by Leah Bardugo. And I have to say that the Russian, I want to say folklore? Is it folklore or is it history? I'm not sure which it is, but I just loved this series. It was one of my all-time favorites for 2012, I believe, when this one came out. And I just loved it. The main character, I forgot her name, is Alina, and you know, there's romance, there's fantasy, there's adventure, there's magic, so I just really enjoy it, and I cannot wait for Rune and Rising. That's coming out next year, or is it this year? I think it's next year. And the next series, I think it's a series because it's a 4-book series, is the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes, and this is the second one, Rebel Spring. So I haven't actually read this one yet, but I have read this one and I loved it. I loved it. It was just written so well. There's so many, you know, plot points and storylines that interweave with each other, and the guys in them were pretty good. So yeah, I highly recommend this series, and it's also by a Canadian author, so that's always good. And I don't have all the books, but one of my all-time favorites is DJ MacHale's The Pendragon series, and this is his last book. There are 10 books altogether. These are the old covers. I believe they redesigned them, and when I say that this is my all-time favorite, it is probably my second favorite after Harry Potter. So Harry Potter's my favorite, and then comes the Pendragon series. And this is all about a boy named Bobby Pendragon, and he goes on to this adventure with his who he believes his uncle, and he realizes that there are alternate universes and they all have to stop this guy named, what's his name again? Oh my gosh. I forgot the bad guy's name, but he really reminds me of Voldemort. So he has to stop this bad guy, I want to say, to save Hala, which is all of these worlds together. So he is a, I don't want to say time traveler, but he can travel to all of these worlds to protect them. So it's just brilliant. The world is crazy. The book is a must read. I just love the series, and I don't know why more people don't read it, because I just love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And whoops, the book's gonna fall. And I didn't know if this series was classified as fantasy. I had to check, but it is the Hex Hall series. So this is Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. The second one is Demon Glass, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think this is the third one. This is Spellbound. So as you can tell, she is a normal high school student, and then she turns into, or she is a normal high school student and then she turns into a warrior. So the covers do signify her change. I love this series. It is hilarious. She is one of my favorite female characters just because she's just so funny, and I just love this series. It's also one of my favorites. So highly recommend this series. And whew, so many books. Next series that I have is The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, my copies are a little beat up, but I read this so long ago, and as you know, I really enjoy the movies. So this consists of Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and then part 2, which is the Two Towers, and I have different covers, and The Return of the King. So I read this a long time ago, but I just really enjoy it. I know it is really dense. It's really, really detailed. It is not a quick read. These are huge reads, and you need to invest a lot of time in it, but it is still one of my favorite reads. I just love how he writes. It's just so brilliantly detailed, and if you like that sort of thing, it takes some time to get used to, but it's still amazing. And the Lord of the Rings franchise is popular for a reason, so highly recommended. Then I have about 4 more series here, so please bear with me. There's the Hemlock series, I believe that's what it's called. Hemlock by Kathleen Peacock, and Thornhill, which is the second one. I believe the third one's coming out. I haven't been keeping up with this series, excuse me, but this is also by a Canadian author, and I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of twists and turns in this one, and even though I haven't read it in such a long time, this is one of my favorite werewolf books. So it is also, you know, paranormal in that aspect. So I really enjoyed this series. Let me know if you guys read this. I know Johanna loves the series to death, so love this one too. And okay, these books are heavy. This is The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I forgot the series name. This one too. And okay, these books are heavy. This is The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I forgot the series name. Can anyone let me know what it is? But I really enjoyed this one. Selena is just so kick-ass, and the two guys in this one, I don't know which I picked, I forgot, but they're just brilliant. And then they changed the cover, Crown of Midnight, to more like 3D animation type of character. Even in the back, it's her being all kick-ass too. What I love about this series is that we have a strong character and she's an assassin, and that is all I can say to get you to read this series. It is just so good. Selena is just, you know, an assassin, a girl assassin. That just kills me. Love it. And a lot more world building in this one and a lot more character development. I believe it's a 7-part series. Not sure. I still have to get the novellas. I forgot what it's called, but I do know that The Heir of Fire is coming out in the fall, so I'm really excited. Love that they kept the spines the same. Thank you so much, Bloomsbury. I tweeted you guys. Thank you for doing that. And one series that is had a lot of buzz and I just enjoy it so much. I actually have J. Kristoff as a contact and I love his books. So this is the first one. This is Storm Dancer by J. Kristoff. What can I say about this one except that there is another kick-ass strong character, as you can tell I like those, and a really, really evil guy that she needs to take down. There is also an element of animal companionship in this one, so it's in the form of this creature, and I don't want to go into detail because it might spoil, but yeah, it is just amazing. I will put all my reviews down below if you guys would like to read them. And then the second book is Kinslayer. I haven't read this one, but I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but it's just so kick-ass. Look at these illustrations, you guys. This was actually one of my wallpapers for my phone because I loved it so much. And just because it's pretty on the outside doesn't mean it's not pretty on the inside. It is brilliant. I love these books. High fantasy. It is a YA to adult crossover, but make sure to check them out in the adult section because that's where I found them. And as you know, my ultimate favorite, if I did rank it, I would have probably put the Harry Potter series as #1. Enough said. Do I really have to explain myself how much I love this series? This is the UK version, and my favorite out of the entire series is this one. Love it. Love it. And Miss Lady Critic, please read it so I can fangirl with you. You must read it. So that is it for me. I'm sorry if I rambled on for each one, but most of these books I have read and reviewed on my blog, so make sure to check them out if you want to see a more detailed analysis of these books. So let me know which ones you guys are most excited to read about, and if you are interested in any fantasy books, I can actually let you know which ones I enjoy. There are more than these that I know, so let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.